Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all good. Now we are looking at a beer that is a new brewery to me, but it was also very kindly sent to me from Rob, from formerly known as Bramwell Backroom Brewery, which is now Mr. B's Home Brews and Beer Reviews. The cat's decided to come and stick its nose in. You'll probably see it any second now. So a big thank you, yes, over there, thank you. A big thank you to Rob from Mr. B's Home Brews and Beer Reviews. So, what are we looking at? Cat, will you get out of the way? Don't sit there. Don't sit there. Hard work, these cats, I tell you. Do you know what? I didn't do a video for about an hour or 3/4 of an hour. They didn't even bother me. As soon as I come here, put the camera up and that's it. You're looking at something else, not me. I'm going to jump in there. Anyway, where were we? Yes, a big thank you to Rob, like I say, and the brewery we are looking at, and like I say, it's a new brewery to me, is George Shore Brewery Co. And this is their Spinner's Gold, and it is a genuine pale ale. It's coming in at 3.8% in a 500ml bottle. No idea how much it costs. I'm going to guess around the £2.50, £3 mark. But now they're out of Lee, Lancashire, or that's where it started. JB from Northern Southerner Beer Reviews has reviewed this, and he gave a lot of he done a bit of looking up on the history and that. I haven't gone that far, but what interested me is this is brewed at 4T's Brewery in Warrington. Now I've had a couple of beers from them. There we go. I'll try and zoom in there. I don't know. You might be able to thingy. So yeah, that was quite interesting. I believe they're looking to build a new brewery or something. And literally just brew their beers there. I think he did say it was brewed at other places or something, which I'm guessing this is the 4T's Brewery, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling. Lovely old school artwork. It's a plain black crown. Now, I don't have a George Shore Brewery glass. Now, I might be putting it in the wrong glass here. Cat, will you sod off, will you? I might be putting it in the wrong glass, but we are going to go with an old school, traditional dimple sort of bitter glass. Cat, can you sit there, please? What are you doing? You're starting to do my head in, I tell you. Right, let's get it cracked open, get it into a glass and do the review. I'll tell you what, it's 3 minutes, I could knock off this video straight away. Complete rubbish. Right. Like I say, someone's bound to tell me off for the glass. It's probably the wrong glass, but you know what I mean. Traditional. It won't do it any harm, will it? I bet when this was being brewed, this beer was being poured in that sort of glass. So there is a little bit left in there. I should have probably done it a little bit less so I could swirl it around. But beer in a glass. I've got a couple of bubbles on the side, not too many. We got a slightly sort of hazy looking pale ale. Very traditional sort of looking. And literally half a finger, a dusting of white on top. Probably should have been a bit more vigorous. But yeah, looks very old school, looks very traditional. So I am going to dive in on the nose and see what we get. Or try to. Yeah, it smells old school, but it's pleasant. It's got a lovely, pleasant aroma about it. Malty. Touch of sweetness, a little bit of brown bread, I'm going to say. And a very, very light, subtle tropical note. And it just smells like a really nice, honest, easy drinking sort of beer. It really does. So I'm going to stop waffling and we are going to dive in on George Shore Brewery and their Spinner's Gold Pale Ale, 3.8%. Cheers, Rob. Let's get going. Oh. That is proper old school. Proper old school. With proper old school flavours that are really nice. It's the sort of beer, I think if when you're young and you go out and you try these odd ones, you kind of think, because when you go out, you don't tend to really sort of taste anything. I've got older now. I like to think I appreciate beers, what they give you, and try and look for flavours in beers rather than it just being a drink. And this just screams to me old school, but I'm getting all the enjoyment out of the flavour. Let's go in again. Lovely. 3.8%. The body's really nice on this. This has got a really nice sort of bready body. The carbonation is there. It's busy. It is busy, but it doesn't harm the mouthfeel. It's got a lovely sort of quick sprightly fizz over the palate, but it doesn't make it rough at all. It just has that quick sprightly fizz. It sort of, you just feel it. And just like JB said, I remember JB's review, he did say that, well, if I am correct, that the carbonation suits the beer, and it does. It just gives it that little bit more sort of life. It sort of brings it alive a little bit. Once you get past that little bit of carbonation, it's a lovely smooth drinking experience. On the taste, and again, the more you drink, the more your palate adjusts. The beer sort of evolves, if you like. So it sort of starts off sweet. Originally, when you first sort of start drinking it, you get that sort of like sweeter side, the malty side. The more you drink, you start getting very much a hoppy feel. And I mean old school hoppy feel. You get that sort of proper brewed sort of beer hop. It's almost got the hop flavour. I'm not sure what hops are in it, to be honest. But it's got that very much sort of English hop sort of taste in there. Exactly what you sort of, certainly for me, if you drink a bitter, that hoppy sort of feel to it. Hoppy, bitter, with a light fruity note. The maltiness is there, but you kind of lost the sweetness. You're starting to pick up that hoppy bitterness in it for me, which sort of lingers. But it does. What I'm going to say is the hoppiness, the bitterness starts off malty to start off with when you first start drinking it. Then the hops start coming in, and then when the hops start coming in, you get that big sort of bitterness, if you like, hop bitterness. I'm not going to say massive. It doesn't really, doesn't turn your face blue or anything, you know what I mean? But you get that big hop bitterness, and as that sort of tails off a bit, even though the bitterness still lingers all the way to the end, you get that subtle sweetness. But it has got a lovely fruity note to it as well. That little sort of almost tropical sort of note, if you like. It's a lovely beer. It really is. And it brings a smile to my face because it is so, you can just tell this is so old school and can't get my words out, traditionally brewed. It's a beautiful beer, 3.8%. There is so much flavour in this for 3.8%. When you look at some of the shit that is in the supermarkets, the flavours are so sort of, there's just nothing there. Everything is so light. I've always said, old school beers, low ABV, you still get lots of flavour. This is no exception. Pardon me. It's a cracking drop as well, yeah. I wouldn't mind trying some more from them as well, because I am partial to old school beers. But for me, George Shore Brewery and their Spinner's Gold Pale Ale, 3.8%, gets a big thumbs up from me. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out there who like the old school beers. And if you like old school and you like traditional, you've got to give that a go. If you can get hold of it, I don't know, go online. They're bound to have a website. I don't know. I really don't know. But maybe look them up. Look them up. But that is a great beer. Great old school beer. If you're into your craft stuff, yeah, you're probably going to think that's a bit bland. But it is really nice. And you do get a lovely grain feel in there as well. So for me, Spinner's Gold gets a big thumbs up. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Apologies for the cat. Apologies for the burps. Apologies for me going... Shut up, Baz. See you on another one. Cheers.